Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another movie, not movie, what am I talking about, series review. I recently watched Orphan Black, Unconscious Selection. This series is just getting more and more multi-layered and convoluted. Allison has an intervention that occurs and she just completely blows up at everybody, particularly her monitor. And of course, the funniest line in this entire episode was, "I was offering you an olive branch, and you burned it." But I just thought that was really amusing. Uh, Things are not going to end well with that. I can already foretell. That relationship is very well. Why wouldn't it be? She shagged her husband, so yeah, that's pretty much a stab in the back. We learn more about the clones themselves, or the orphans as they're called. We learn who was responsible. And Casima's relationship with her monitor becomes something more. Of course, I kind of had an inkling of that earlier on in the series. I thought, this is going to be intriguing, especially for the male viewers out there who love this sort of thing. As for me, love is love. I don't judge, so hopefully it won't end in heartache for her, because it's kind of an awkward relationship at best, since she knows Fatima. I don't know if her name's Fatima. She's got a French name. I can't remember it, but her monitor, well, Casima's aware that the French lady is her monitor. And, well, she doesn't know about Leaky, but I'm pretty sure she'll figure out about Leaky. And it's interesting. If you know anything about microbiology or biology, DNA, you know that Leaky, that name itself, is part of DNA research. So that is a really intriguing reference. And for us science geeks out there, we think, clever, very clever. But I knew that right away, and I thought, Leaky, yes! They actually got a reference to actual DNA science here, and I was really excited. It's becoming even more twisted, and especially concerning Kira. I thought, what in the... Huh? What? I was just literally staring at my television screen and thinking, oh my word, this has just become a whole lot more complicated. Yeah, it's, I'm wondering why she's so important now. Yeah, it just gives a whole new direction for the series. And I read on Wikipedia that they've already renewed Orphan Black for a second season. Yes! Orphan Black viewers, rejoice! Huzzah! But, anyways, had to say that. This is a really intriguing series, and the only funny part was, of course, Allison going completely bipolar, to say the least. Her outburst, for some odd reason, it reminded me of Moriarty's personality within Sherlock. Moriarty's definitely bipolar. He's in desperate need of counseling and medication, but I gotta love him. And you feel sorry for Allison and the other orphans, of course, and just this whole scrutiny and the fact that their lives are not their own and that they are dictated it's just that whole comparison between true freedom and confinement, and the whole idea of life itself, the moral implications thereof of such things as DNA manipulation and cloning. It just, that's why I like this series so much, is it brings up so many questions of our technology and our scientific research up to the forefront. And I like conversations like this because it challenges our general mentality. And of course, my favorite character is Cosima. I love Cosima. I just think she's awesome. She's an amazing character, and I love her to bits. And she's figuring out some more things about the DNA sequencing of the orphans themselves, and she's on to something. But the DNA sequencing in each orphan is just a tad different. They have variations within their own sequencing and their helixes, so it's really unusual that you think, so there are variations even within clones, and that's the whole idea. If you go back to Darwinism, I love Darwin. You have to have variety. Variety actually ensures the survival of a species itself. So that makes sense, evolutionarily speaking. Not really sure what else to say. Just, I'm sorry, I kind of went on a little bit of a diatribe about evolution, which I'm very I am definitely a Darwinist in every sense of the word, and I know a lot of people will look at me and they can't believe that I am, because they think, oh no, you're a creationist. Well, I can't really say I'm a full-fledged creationist, because yes, I believe in a higher power. I'm not going to say I don't, as I do. I believe in, my belief is that you have a higher being who put design into everything. It wasn't just by happenstance or accident. It came from somewhere, and there's always that creation. Did this being create us, or did we create the being? That's a question that's old as time. I'd like to think that the being created us. There were, and maybe there were other beings as well. The astrological theory comes into that, but like kind of goes out into left field. A lot of people, they go, oh, you're one of those people. Yes, I am one of those people. I mean, why would we be the only creatures here on this planet? Why? There are other planets out there. There are other galaxies out there. There are multiverses. There are millions and billions of different versions of me running around doing God knows what. It's kind of an interesting thought, because I think, what's the other me doing, or what are the other me's doing at this point in time? One of them is a producer. That's what I want to be. So, but anyway, sorry to get off on that kind of subject on multiverses and that whole idea of infinite possibilities. But I really enjoy this series because it just opens so many doors of topic, and I really don't see any argument, but I am definitely going to say that at the basis of my understanding, I am an evolutionary theory believer. It is fact. It really is not a theory. It is proven within our sedimentary samplings, empirical evidence thereof. You've got carbon dating, and you've got skeletal examples of our ancestors throughout time, and they have direct links to that. So this is actual fact. This is something you can look up, and I absolutely wholeheartedly believe it without a shadow of a doubt, and that is my evidence. So I'm an evolutionary believer. I believe in evolution. I'm a Darwinist at my very, very, very core. And they actually talked about one of my heroes in church recently, and I thought, oh dear God. I love Richard Dawkins. I mean, I love the man. I don't think that, I don't have any disagreement with him. In fact, you know, there are times that I believe that he's absolutely correct, but you know, he cut out the. I hate it when people did this, but he just made him look bad, and I just don't vilify my hero. He actually made some changes to his whole theory on the selfish gene, which I really ascribe to this as well. The whole idea of the selfish, quote, so-called selfish gene, it's not really selfish, because the gene itself ensures the survival of the species. And if you read The Selfish Gene, The Greatest Show on Earth, all these books by Dawkins I've read, and I absolutely love them. And people look at me like, how are you even, why do you even like Dawkins? I love Dawkins. Dawkins is my hero. I have friends who are atheists, and you know, it just makes me so angry when people just say things that look at the actual facts. Look at the facts. Read the book. Read the freaking manual, as the text goes. But it's just something that sort of, I think it's ignorance on a lot of people's cases. And if they just open a book and read and take it to heart and just look into what he's done, and I don't know how he would respond to a person like me. I'm a little bit scared, because if I said, oh, I'm a Christian, it's like, oh, you're one of those people, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm an intellectual, sir. I like your books. I agree with your your prepositions, your everything. I absolutely think that everything you said is true. I don't disagree with you. I don't believe it was an accident. I think everything happened with a purpose and reason, and I don't think that his understanding is wrong. No, I absolutely respect it. I think that there is truth in a lot of that, and if I were an atheist, yeah, I would probably believe it the same way. I would probably feel similarly, but I think that I could say I'm a Gnostic, because I believe there's spirit in everything. We are all energy. Of course, we're energy at our cores. We're energy at the very, very, very most basic level. All of us are. And that's what people don't realize, is that we're just trying to make sense of everything, and it's hard to make sense of everything. And I think that's what this series brings to mind, and why I bring up Dawkins too, because he's my hero, and I think he's a very inspirational writer, and it's sort of unusual that I like him as much as I do, because a lot of people don't understand the fact that I just think that he's brilliant, and a man like that mind, that his methodology of thinking, it just fascinates the heck out of me, and I agree with him. I don't see anything wrong with what he says. I don't find him offensive. I don't know how he would respond to a person like myself. I'm hoping that he wouldn't say, well, your heart's in the right place, but your beliefs are all askew, because I'm a person who likes to see both sides of the coin. I've always been like that. I was horrible. Well, I was okay with debating. I was always good with debates, but the problem is I could see either side of the story, and I had to pick a side, and I hated picking sides, as I was always the arbitrator between the two, and I would find a consensus. I would say, no, you understand, this is where you two agree. So I don't really like arguments, but I guess that's the egalitarian in me, but that's basically all I have to say about Orphan Black. I don't know how this became a kind of lecture about my beliefs, but um, that's basically all I have to say. And I will see you as soon as I see you. I'm thinking of seeing Star Trek Into Darkness fairly soon. As soon as I do, I will do a review on that, and until then, I shall catch you around. Laters!